Hello, this is Padge and welcome back to another episode of Padge Plays YOLO Edition with the game Orion Trail. We are on the second half of the second mission in this game and we have just survived our first away mission, which we sent good old Lewbowsky onto. He, in real life, she the character, took a little bit of a slapping, but we got away from filming a wildlife documentary on this planet, and we were rewarded with lots of food of said animals which we were documenting, which is, well, I guess how it works in the future. You study and then eat whatever it is on these planets. So we're here for the education and nourishment, it would appear. So we're doing all right. Our crew's a little bit down from how we started. We started with 20, we now have 16. Food is hovering about all right. Fuel is a-okay, and hull is down 1 from when we started as well. And to top all things off, I'm a big purple bear. So, you know, it's a win-win situation. Let's crack on. This time around, we need to check out weather. Oh, it's interesting. Anomaly and planet. We need to check out the class B star. It's like a class B star, but way more blue. We can have the class M star, or we can go for the class B star there as well. Threat, I have noticed, has gone up on that one. Probably not the best one to be going for. I presume with having the threat levels go up, it just means that these are more critical failures in your rolls. We're not too lucky with rolls in general. Last episode was alright, although at one point, once again, the RNG just decides to speed up after it's slowed down and you think you know where it's going to land, which I find very, very annoying. It's not like you roll a set of dice in real life and they're about to finish rolling and then they just speed up and roll something completely different, which is usually worse for you. But I digress. We'll go to the class M star because it's a mystery on what we can get there. Oh dear. Freeze-dried beefalo. Before you is an entire floating herd of freeze-dried beefalo tumbling idly through space. The little guys must have fallen off a Takoshan castle ship. You find at least 2,000 pounds of meat, but you're only able to carry 30 pounds back to the ship. Nice! I will take that very happily. Crisis. Jelly beans in space. You begin to find multicoloured jelly beans all over the ship. It's as though they appear magically, and they appear all over the place. Hundreds of them, and they're delicious, in all different flavours. Okay, so we can collect and eat them, or we can involve your science team. Well, either way, we're going to science the shit out of it, so I don't know. What are we happy to gain and what are we happy to lose? Food is all right. We could lose crew. I say we involve our science team and see what happens. Something weird is going on here. You've learned from experience that the best thing to do in these unusual cases is to involve your crack team of scientists who will investigate this strange jelly bean phenomenon. I'm all for that. Engage. Well, there's hardly a chance of us failing here. I'd like to think it's going to be a success. Oh, a critical success. Even nicer. First one of the run. Everyone is disappointed. The jelly beans are actually slingshot pellets. A kid got a set for her birthday last week. You buy real jelly beans to improve morale and warn the young scupper to clean up after herself from now on. Oh dear. Well, at least we got food. God knows what from, favour pellets. And our diplomacy's gone up, which is all the better for it as well. So nice in general, I guess, on that one. We can only go to the class G star now, and it's a double fretter. Hopefully we can get something useful stat wise, although it's probably going to throw something terrible at us. Your oven has flooded. This happened in the last mission, I believe. Once again, your ship's solar oven has flooded, ruining a large batch of Cupo paste instant Nutri noodles. A sign is put up encouraging better lid fastening protocol. We didn't lose that much, that's fine. I can afford to lose 15. Here we go. HR reports intern exodus is what it's called. HR reports that all your unpaid internships have expired. Interns made up most of the crew, and without them your ship will go dark. Worse, no one will bring you your morning coffee. They are about to leave by shuttle. How do you respond? So we can do tactics and throw a fake career fair, or we can automate their jobs. Screw them. Let's... Fuel is 230. Let's throw a fake career fair. I would like some more crew if at all possible. But then again, if we automate the jobs, we could possibly pick up a stat off that, which would be pretty cool. So let's try automate. Crew's okay at the moment. Whatever. Humanoid workers are so last millennium. Robots don't demand food or ask to get paid. You order HR to replace the lost workforce with state-of-the-art machinery. Oh, there we go. It's... Oh, this isn't looking good. Don't be a critical failure. Alright, alright. It turns out that even maintenance robots require maintenance. You try to have the bots maintain each other in a circle, but it really doesn't work. In the end, you have a lot of wasted fuel and a lot of useless robots. Bugger! That was terrible for us. That was like really, really bad. Oh well, never mind. So it looks like we're going on to the Galaxy Force hauler, which thankfully wants some fuel. One of the Galaxy Force's supply haulers, useful to requisition and trade for materials. They'll probably need fuel. Oh, they'll probably need fuel. I need fuel too, I'm afraid. One of your Oxan has died. This bulbous beast was supposed to be the main course at your victory feast. A true bummer. Okay, well again, food isn't too critical right now. Galaxy Force supply ship. When you enter the star system, you're hailed by a Galaxy Force long-distance supply ship. The pilot lets you know she's been given authority to trade with you, should you choose. She also mentions that her trek has been incredibly boring. Well, lucky you. Let's rest. I don't think we need to rest. We're doing alright at the moment. We'll chat though. The pilot brushes her hair to the side and grins at you. Yeah, alright. What are you looking for? So we can trade for resources or we need some upgrades. Let's trade for resources first. I desperately need fuel. And they want 2. Oh dear. Okay. Well, let's trade. Food is 15 for a coin. I'd like to get 100 fuel out of this, so we need 4 coins. So let's trade a hull, 2 food, and a crew for 2 fuel. I think that's alright. Yeah, we'll stick to that, I think. The pilot clasps her hands together. Alright, anything else you need? No, because upgrades cost, don't they? We'll have a look. The pilot looks you over. Well, sure, we can look into upgrading your ship. What are you interested in? Combat capabilities or peaceful pursuits? I mean, combat capabilities, there's a chance of tactics or attack going up. Whereas peaceful pursuits are the other 3, I believe. So combat capabilities is probably best, hoping we get a tactics upgrade. The pilot laughs. Sure, we can do that for you. I need specifics, though. More guns or defensive systems? Let's go with defensive systems. The pilot scratches her chin. Sure, alright. We'll need to exchange some resources, though, to make up for the cost of labour and whatnot. 100 fuel or 4 crew? Wow. I'm not that fussed. I'm not that fussed. I don't really want to give up anything if I can help it. So, nothing right now. I'll be back. And let's leave. So now we have an anomaly or a planet. So we can go to the Class M planet. A planet is orbiting this star. It might be worth checking out. Or we can go to the astronomical anomaly. We're getting some strange readings here. I think as far as food and fuel is concerned and not hitting the hull, the planet's probably the best one. So we'll go with that one. Oh dear. You've encountered a gravestone. Sensors indicate that there is some sort of floating memorial nearby. Your navigator asks if you want to make the short detour to check it out. Why not? Big D backed one too many KS campaigns and his wallet exploded. Oh dear. You read the gravestone aloud and hear a gasp from one of the crew. You are later informed that what you said was highly offensive in fabulan culture. Not cool, Captain. That's alright. We gained a diplomacy, we lost a diplomacy. Feats of strength. You pick up a broadcast as you pass a nearby warrior world. All are invited to prove their worth in the fields of glory and win fabulous prizes. Food, fame, lifelong friendships, death. You stroke your chin and consider the proposition. Heck yes, assemble the away team. Or no thanks. Ooh. What to do, what to do? Well, it's either going to be Lewbowsky or me. I can't send me, so it'd probably be Lewbowsky if it's all to do with fighting. I mean, we could go for killer, but Lewbowsky with attack and is it tactics? I think it's tactics, yeah. probably the best one. I'm sorry, Lewbowsky, but it's you again. I have all faith in you, good sir. Outside the stadium, your away team arrives in front of the Colosseum. Banners proudly displaying various home planets wave in the breeze. There is a buzz of excitement in the air. Your team of champions await your orders. So, do we want to find some food or begin the games? Let's find some food first. Your team sets off to find some hopefully edible street food in the midst of all the revelry. Food carts. Your team arrives at a small cluster of food carts, each offering a different style of food. Unfortunately, all of the signs are in languages that currently don't exist in the Galaxy Force database. The away team looks to you for orders. So, we can go for the spiciest looking thing. And that's about it, really. So, spice it is. The team approaches the food stand, and Lewbowski's eyes immediately begin to water. Good luck, Lewbowsky. I think you may need it here. Keep spinning, keep spinning, keep spinning, keep spin. No, okay, that's fine, that's fine. I don't mind losing one person. Who do we have though? Snuggums, Punch 'em Gladly, Jules Isaber, Sierra Finnan, Dajit Chandy, Alandro Marinsky III, Joe Tompkins, and Shom Pedomps. We have honoured them. Who's going to die? Lewbowsky manages to scarf down the spicy food with ease. Unfortunately, Alejandro Marinsky III seems to be super allergic and blows up like a balloon. They then float away. You beam aboard the food anyway. It'll do. Your team returns to the front of the Colosseum. Banners proudly displaying their home planet wave in the breeze. There is a buzz of excitement in the air. Your team of champions await your orders. Let's do it. The team proudly marches into the arena, ready to prove the awesomeness of the Galaxy Force. Test of bravery. The team enters a large open arena. Some kind of large elephant centaur towers above them menacingly, wielding a tree trunk in its trunk. Anyway, it's really big and scary. Lewbowsky looks to you for guidance. Alright, so it's probably going to have to be tactics. As much as I'd love to ride the bugger, we're going to have to lure it into a corner and immobilise it. The team fans out, trying to lure it into the perfect spot for a trap. I mean, it's looking good from the outset. These aren't good rolls. These are not good rolls. The creature is lured into the corner and then charges through it. It takes out a wall, some of the audience and several crew members. Lewbowsky learns that your team technically won when the other combatant left the area. Or the arena even. That's good in a kind of way. Oh, the epic guys died. That's terrible. Your team returns to the front of the Colosseum and recuperates, readying themselves for the next challenge. Alright, let's do it, I guess. Curious to see what's next, your away team re-enters the arena. Test of intelligence. Your team enters a gigantic labyrinth filled with what you can safely assume are dastardly traps and monsters. With no clear path forward, Lewbowsky requests some orders. Well, it's probably going to have to be navigated legitimately as much as I would like to activate my X-ray vision. Let's do it the old school way. You tell Lewbowsky that they've definitely trained for this and should just suck it up and solve it old school. As I said. We deserve a win after that last one. We're not going to get it. That's going to be it. Oh, thankfully it wasn't a critical failure. The team marches around, looking for any signs of tracks or hidden walls. Joe Tompkins pushes against a wall, and a door is revealed, along with a very angry Minotaur. On the bright side, the exit was there too. Oh dear. So we have an intermission. Your team returns to the front of the Colosseum, readying themselves for the third and final challenge. I mean, we've got 3 people left. There's only one more thing to do. I think it's worth a punt. Let's do it. The away team marches into the Colosseum one last time. What could that final challenge be? The test of ice cream? Mountains of what appears to be ice cream line the arena. Weirder still, there doesn't seem to be an obvious opponent. The aliens in the stands watch breathlessly. What are your orders? So we can study it closely, eat it, or share it with everyone. Well, again, we've only got science on our side here, so study it closely, I guess. While ice cream is universally awesome, you remind Lewbowsky that they're on an alien world and the stuff might be toxic. I'm just hoping for something to go a little bit our way. It's not. It's not at all, is it? It's going to be a critical failure. Oh, it's not? Normal failure, I can handle fine. What is this stuff? A few crew members volunteer to poke it with a large sprinkle. Reaching for the sprinkle, the sugar mimic comes to life and clamps onto the poor crew. The team begins shooting every sprinkle they see and pass the test. Oh dear. So only Snuggums survived. Oh dear. Your team faced the challenges of the arena and prevailed. The master of the arena calls Lewbowsky forward and demands to know what they seek as reward. So we can have food, lifelong friendship, or fame. Food seems to be okay at the moment. I don't know what lifelong friendship would be. Possibly more crew. And then we have fame, which I guess would be a stat of bravado or diplomacy. I'm going to go for lifelong friendship, hoping it's crew. A single tear rolled down the arena master's face. I too know the pit of despair that is loneliness. You shall never go wanting for friends again. 11 crew. Boom. That's what we needed. And food. Awesome. That worked out very well for us. Right, so. It actually thins out here. There's not as much to choose from, which is quite scary, but hey ho. We are off to... Oh, that's us. We are off to the Green Nebula, a rich emerald green nebula. Most other nebulae are envious. A most bizarre. Hungry and curious, you dock with a warp junction bazaar promising goods so foreign you'll swear they are theoretical. You approach a cart loaded with glowing vegetables, ready to get what you want. So, we can either threaten the vegetable vendor or ask about price matching. Price matching is the only viable option here, so we'll do that. You deviously question whether or not the vendor will match the very low prices you just recently saw in a nearby system for alien vegetables much more glittery than these. Yeah, why not? Let's play them at their own game. Oh dear. Stop. That's the first time it's sped up and actually landed in my favour, which is great. Desperate for your galactic business, she agrees and sells you plasma apples at a huge loss. This is the good stuff. You line your refrigeration chamber with ship fuel so that the plasma apples don't heat glaze the entire kitchen deck. So we lost a bit of fuel, which is a bit upsy, but we have got food, which is nice. So now we can either go to the Class O star, where the threat is up a little, or the Class X dwarf star, which shouldn't theoretically exist, and lower threat. And they're both worth fuel, so we'll go to the X dwarf star, I feel. You pitied the fuel. A small colony of Ethelonians is discovered in your fuel tanks and request to be emptied out into the vacuum of space. You barely knew them for more than an hour, but it's still difficult for you. What's more difficult for me, screw the diplomacy, is I've lost 50 fuel. Does that mean we're dead? Engage SOS. Alright, SOS. We've got the food, thankfully. Urzan Long Hauler. And Urzan hails you and explains that she'll trade you 100 fuel for some of your nutri-paste. She claims to have miscalculated how much she needed for the cryo-hibernation leg of her long journey. Happily. After the transaction is complete, the Urzan sleepily thanks you and heads back to her cryopod. Only 30 fuel? Fine by me. Tip top. Let's crack on, shall we? That was terrible RNG. Cosmic storm. The way forward is obscured by an endlessly churning cosmic storm. Green light pulses and flashes from within the thick, vibrant clouds. How will you proceed? So we can use an EMP to negate the storm. We can use faster than light travel to outrun the lightning. Or we can coat the ship in conductive nutri-paste. I think we shall science the shit out of this and use the nutri-paste, simply because I don't mind losing food, whereas if I lose a couple of hull, it would be very dangerous to the 0 number, which everyone's trying to avoid. You issue the order. In a matter of minutes, your ship is a brilliant nutri-paste orange. Nice. Stop doing that. I don't even care if it's for the good now. I just don't like seeing it do that. You grip your seat tightly as the lightning strikes begin. To your relief, the nutri-paste holds up admirably. Several decks complain of a burnt paste smell, but it turns out that some of the electrified paste can be conveniently repurposed as fuel. Nice. I will take that quite happily. So, what do we have left? We have the Orange Nebula, or the Class G star? I think, considering how the rest of the consumables are doing, we'll go for the plus plating. So off to the yellow star. A savoury slip and slide. Some crewmates have lathered up a hallway with nutri-paste and are taking turns sliding down the corridor on their bellies. You order them to clean it up after you take a few turns. That's alright. Why not? Crisis, the Robo-Terator. The Robo-Terator, the AI moderator on Galaxy Force's chat channel on GalaxyNet, has become aggressive. It's also infiltrated your ship's computer, interrupting conversations all over the ship with comments about propriety. This must stop. And we can either sacrifice the crew or something we have no control over. Delete the Roborator. Roboterator it is, isn't it? I mean, it could be good for Hull. I don't mind losing any of the others, as opposed to just knowing crew and not knowing what we're going to win. Let's delete the Roboterator. You slip your security team notes through some clever sleight of hand so that the Roboterator can't hear you. Your orders, take it down with minimal damage to the ship. Let's do this. Let's not do this. Don't be a critical fail. Unfortunately, one of the security officers reads the note aloud. The Roboterator decides to ban your crew from the universe. The ensuing shootout between the ship systems and your crew is devastating. Oh, wow. We lost loads of hull there. The crew I'm not too fussed about. Oh, God. That's terrible. Condition red. Yeah, you don't have to tell me twice. And everything down the bottom is on fire. Even the guy in white, who's quite happy to just stand around. Puts his thumb up. Is everything okay? I think everything's okay. And he's off again. Still on fire. God bless him. So what are we going to now? The Class P star. Threat is high. This isn't good. A purplish aura emanates from this tiny star. You've encountered a gravestone. Sensors indicate that there is some sort of floating memorial nearby. Let's have a look-see. Whoopsie-sa-daisy. Gravitational fields. Schmavitational fields. Yes. Reflecting on your own mortality makes you realise how little time you have left. You decide to be more bold in your decision making from now on. It's morbidly optimistic, I guess. No space for this squatch. All heck breaks loose in the cafeteria when an 11-foot Hothian glacial primate bursts through the freezer door and runs amok. It must have been scooped up during an ice run, which would also explain the fur-covered ice cubes from the dispenser. Ew! We can maybe negotiate with it. We can put this Yeti on ice, or we can set phasers to squash the squatch. That's probably the safest thing to do, so we'll do that. You issue the order over the intercom that the rogue beast has boarded the ship and needs to be phased on site. Also, free chocolate-like pudding for the cadet that puts it down. See, it's all about the positives. You've got to put a positive spin on things. Don't you dare be a critical fail. Fine. The creature is too fast and your crew are still confused if they should set their weapons to cryptid or obvious cliche. I proceeds to hulk its way through the security forces until your antique revolver solves the problem. I presume that's supposed to be. So we've lost 6 crew. That's fine. That's fine. We've only got 1 left. It's a Class M star. Threat is high. Well, it's either go bold or go home, I guess. Oh, accidental crew vaporization. You receive an urgent report that several crew were vaporized in the ship's radioactive particle phaser room. You make a note to move the ping pong table out of there. That seemed very unfair. So set a course for savings. Sensors show a massive vessel approaching and all channels are jammed with a catchy tune. It's an Amiga Mart superstore. Galaxy 4 ships can't repel bargains of this magnitude. Your crew turn to you with big doe eyes. This is going to be costly. So what are we willing to sacrifice here? It's either going to be fuel for something, time for some tech upgrades, or we can compile a shopping list, but only what we need, where we can win fuel or lose fuel. I think that's probably the safest option. So let's compile a shopping list. You grab your personal data pad and jot down a couple of notes about what you need. Milk, bread, laundry detergent, positive isoseptic fuel cells. Yep, it's all here. You remind your crew not to wander off. This is supposed to be a quick trip. Oh, God. This is going to be terrible. That's not good. That's not good. Oh, it is. It's fine. You zip past throngs of browsing shoppers. You definitely dodged the sales associate tractor beams in the We'll start that again. You definitely dodged the sales associate tractor beams in the cosmology department. You grab all of the necessities and hop into the express lane just ahead of a globulin broad mother. A perfect run. Lots of fuel. Nice. And that's it. We are home. The next outpost along the Orion Trail. Get here at any cost. Oh, bugger. Starboard of your aft. You keep getting the left and right of your ship screwed up. When you're in space, every direction is starboard. I can actually relate to that. I'm terrible with my compass points, so I will happily take that hit. And there we go. Mission successful. Congratulations, Padge. You have successfully traversed Ursa Major in a most daring expedition. Galaxy Force honours with you the title Admirable Tactician. So 18 encounters, 12 events, 2 away missions and 3 graves. We did alright. There was, well, I suppose technically we've had 9 wins and 9 losses plus the crew we lost. So it's about even Stevens as far as that's concerned. As stats, I think I've definitely played it right. We need to... I've just noticed my purple bear dancing at the bottom of the screen, which is awesome. Yeah, we definitely have got the right idea on concentrating on a couple of stats, or 3 stats if possible, as far as which crew we pick at the start of each mission. So that's good. And we've got our obituary going past, but hey, it happens. It happens. And that is it. We are now on to Mission 3, which we shall do in the next episode. So thank you for watching. As always, a like is appreciated. And I'll catch you on the next one. Take it easy.